While I am a daily user of a full-size keyboard, like I love my 10 key, I used to work at a bank and I am highly proficient at using one of those things like an accountant on a calculator. The portability of smaller keyboards and that minimalistic desktop setup really caught my eye when I had the chance to review the new ASUS ROG Falchion RX low-profile keyboard. Now, if you look up this word, Falchion, which is a sword, you get at least 4 different pronunciations. There's Falchion, there's Falchion, there's Falchion, so I'm just gonna go with the one that I saw ASUS using, which is Falchion. Now in the box, you of course get your keyboard. There's also this lovely protective cover, which has this rubber interior as well as rubber feet on the back of it. Super useful. There is a USB dongle, which is included in here. There's an extender and a braided USB Type-C to Type-A cable. You also get some warranty information. There is a shortcut guide and you get some stickers. If you need to use it, this extender can actually be clipped onto your mouse pad if you wanted to put it there. And this case can either cover the keyboard, it's the perfect size to cover your keyboard, or you can put your keyboard inside of the case, like so. All right, this keyboard is built with a very nice premium feel to it. It weighs about 595 grams without the cable, and it is a functional design with a very small footprint. In fact, it is a 65% layout, which fits in a 60% frame at a 26.5mm profile. So it is slimmer thanks to the height of the RX low profile switches. There is a connecting switch right here on the top right corner. There is also a switch between PC and Mac OS, because you can support both. There is also a USB-C port for wired connections, and then of course you have that ROG Omni wireless receiver in that magnetic storage bay right there. So the Falchion uses the ROG RX low profile switches, which come in either reds or blues. These are pre-lubed for a smooth keystroke. They are optical and they feature centralized lighting. They have wobble-free actuation and nearly 0 debounce delay. Now all of that is really good to hear, of course. I wanted to test it too, because I'm a very fast typer. I don't like seeing delays whenever I'm in the zone. Since these are very, very low profile, there's less time for actuation and less distance traveled. I am using the red switches, so mine have 1.0mm actuation. By the way, are you subscribed? If you are not already, make sure to click it down below. It's very easy to subscribe. It's also free, and it's the easiest way to support my channel. This video is actually not sponsored. In fact, most of the videos on my channel are not. They are fully funded by viewers. My Patreon and YouTube membership s'mores are the reason I'm able to make these videos and cover production costs. Now you get several perks for joining too, so if you are interested and you want to keep this content coming, either hit up patreon.com/ShannonMorse or just join at the button down below this video. Those are the best ways to keep these videos free and available on demand. All right, so we have some RGB lighting here, as you can see it light up whenever I'm using it. This is included on every key with the Aura Sync support, allowing you to customize your setup. I am also reviewing the new ROG Swift ultra-wide OLED monitor with the same lighting syncing, so that will look really nice and aesthetically pleasing together with this keyboard. Armoury Crate software is also compatible with this keyboard for programming your macros and lighting. If you don't want to download that app, the light in the newer Armoury Crate Gear software can also be used. In Armoury Crate, you can control everything that you would need with this keyboard, including things like lighting and customizing the touch panel. More on that in just a little bit. I would say overall that connectivity is really just not an issue. Whether you're a fan of wired connections and you want to use the braided cable, or if you're a fan of wireless connections, that's fine too, because this keyboard has options. There's Bluetooth 5.1, there's RF 2.4 GHz, that 1000 Hz report rate for that ultra low latency, and there's also USB 2.0 connectivity via the USB Type-C to Type-A connection. The RF wireless receiver gives you faster response times than via Bluetooth, at least that was in my experience. I noticed that whenever I was editing some videos, but wired is going to give you the least latency overall. Now in terms of battery, because yes, there is a battery built into this keyboard. So the keyboard is quoted to last a good 450 hours on a single charge with the lights off. I have not even had it long enough to test that kind of battery life, but I've been using it for a few hours per day during the work week. So far it's been at about 50% charge left, and that's after a few weeks of use. So yeah, it's gonna last you a nice good long time. Using this keyboard has been great. The responsiveness of the switches makes gaming feel more immersive, and typing feels very responsive. If you just want to use Bluetooth, you can connect up to 3 devices simultaneously. And it also supports ASUS ROG Speed Nova wireless technology, ensuring a very stable, lag-free experience whenever you're wired or wireless. Now, I mentioned customizing, and every single key on here is programmable for macros. For those extended gaming sessions or typing marathons, the integrated silicone dampening foam underneath the keys reduces echo. It provides a really soft landing to your keystrokes whenever you're typing on it. It's honestly incredibly quiet to use. Like, you can barely hear this thing. So if you really need something in a quiet setting, like if I'm guest hosting on a live podcast and I need the room to be really quiet, that happens a lot, then this is a really great choice. So with that, let's do a sound test. I'm gonna move my microphone a little bit closer to the keys so you can get an accurate sample. You would think with the smaller footprint, it would be harder to type on, but it's definitely not. The keyboard also has a multifunction button and an interactive touch panel for playing and pausing media, or you can adjust the volume or adjust your lighting. The RGB light bar reacts whenever you use the touch panel, and by default, this touch panel controls the volume. You can just slide right or left to increase or decrease, or double tap to mute and unmute. You can also press the button next to the touch panel to control media, keyboard lighting brightness, or switch to personalized settings, because yes, you can customize that too. By default, the personalized settings will control mouse scroll, which is kind of cool, but I just prefer leaving this thing on the volume settings because I tend to use that the most. ASUS built in some shortcuts, all of which are listed in this quick start guide. There's a lot of them on here, but this is available in your box. They ain't no way I'm gonna memorize all of them, so some notable ones that I wanted to mention are the battery indicator, which will show you colors based on the current charge. I believe when you get to 20%, it shows red. Yes, when you hit 20%, the keys will light up red instead of the other color, which I think is blue. Some of the other shortcuts include switching between the Bluetooth hosts with FN, KL, or semicolon for hosts 1, 2, and 3. And you can also control the brightness of the lighting effects and your screen with FN and up and down, or the 2 brackets. There are little icons printed on the keys as well, in case you forget those shortcuts and you do want to use them. On the bottom are some height adjustment kickstands to adjust your angle, and you can also use the cover case to add just a little bit more height if you want to. Given the slim design in the cover case, you can easily slip this thing in a backpack and take it with you. So with a price tag of $170 on Amazon, that's $170, the ROG Falchion or Falchion RX low profile keyboard is very much in that premium keyboard market. It's an investment for sure, but when you consider the build quality, the cool features, the versatility, it's definitely worth that price point. I like having multiple modes for connectivity. I like that I can connect it to all the things. I like the touch panel and the comfortable switches, which made me kind of surprised. I'm generally a traditional mechanical keyboard user. I like my clickety clackety keyboards, but I had a really great time using this. Now, shout out to my newest Patreon supporters, including my newest member, Kirk. By the way, is anybody else out there reading Dune, the Dune trilogy? I read it way back when I was a teenager and I was really, really bad at it. Like, I could not understand what was going on. I couldn't understand how to, understand the terms of the book, like Bene Gesserit and Arrakis and all that stuff. I was just like, how do you say these things? My mind is confused by the pronunciations. And then it was very hard to read. But now that we have movies and good movies, now it's much easier to read those books again. So are you reading them too? Let me know down below.